Welcome to the dawning of a new vision for a sustainable Girdwood. A vision of a sustainable future, one where we produce the food and energy we consume locally instead of depending on the outside world. It starts at the top of Alyeska Mountain with a single greenhouse where we grow the herbs and some of the vegetables for our entire community, and it continues down here to an entire system of greenhouses to grow most of the food we consume. This vision can include tidal energy here from the Turnagain Arm, with the billions and billions of gallons of water that flow back and forth every single day. This vision is more than just begun. We already have 52 student engineers working right now to redesign the Alyeska Creek snowmaking equipment so that we can harness energy from Alyeska Creek. We also have engineers working on designing the Renewable Energy Research and Discovery Center. And we have plans for at least 4 of the creeks in Girdwood, which alone would give us 20% of the power we consume. We welcome you to our new vision for Girdwood. It's a vision of sustainability that we could be proud to pass on to the next generation. And we hope you will join us in this quest.
I think the idea of Sustainable Girdwood sounds super, and I think that we should do it.
We've been raising funds for a produce consumption survey to find out what the baseline of the produce consumption in Girdwood is. When we know how much produce the town consumes, we can design a greenhouse big enough to grow the produce for this town. When we know what people are buying and when and what they pay for it, we can design the greenhouse only to grow those things for which we can be economically competitive and thus make the greenhouse itself a sustainable operation. Well, the long-term goals for Sustainable Girdwood include building a year-round greenhouse system to grow food, including in the winter. We're also interested in getting started right away growing food this year. Thanks to a grant from the Alaska Center for Appropriate Technology, which it looks like we're going to get, we will have materials to build a small greenhouse here in the community gardens at the Girdwood Chapel. Sustainable Girdwood thanks Girdwood Pets and Green Goods and Julie for giving us this greenhouse here as our first greenhouse to use. We'll be able to grow herbs in this summer. It does need some repairs, so we'll need some volunteers to help us fix this, and we'll also need some volunteers to help take care of the plants. Here we're standing by the Girdwood Softball Park, the library, and the Pavilion Center. Sustainable Girdwood has been working with the University of Anchorage, Alaska Civil Engineering Department as they've done a feasibility study for the past year on creating a Girdwood Renewable Energy Research and Discovery Center. While our 3D map shows the Renewable Energy Center located here in the squirrel cage area where people play the back 9 holes of frisbee golf currently, it doesn't necessarily have to go there. What we're trying to do is to get people to envision the possibility and the reality of a renewable energy center here, but it could just as easily go up Crow Creek Road or elsewhere, and community input will be needed to determine the final location and design. In 2007, one of the engineering students at UAA, working on his master's degree, did a survey of 4 of the creeks here in Girdwood. He measured the creek flow volume in Alyeska, California, Crow, and Virgin Creeks for their flow, and he found that we could get 20% of the power for the town from just 4 of these creeks, based on what we currently use. The first project that they're considering starting, and they have now a whole bunch of students working on engineering, is to renovate the snowmaking equipment on Alyeska Resort Mountain here, because the pipes that they use to put snow up the mountain can also be used to gather creek water down the mountain and bring it down to a turbine house where they could generate a good amount of the power the resort consumes. Here we are in the Girdwood Industrial Park. This is a possible location for an extension building where the researchers and scientists could be assembling various micro-hydro, micro-solar, micro-wind, and other kinds of power plant equipment. It could also be a staging area for materials as we build the creek power systems for California and Crow and Virgin Creeks. And it would just be a place where students can experiment with their designs.
A healthy community is a sustainable community.
For outreach, we'd like to send a mailing to every P.O. box in Girdwood so everybody can know what we're working on and give their input. We also have a website, sustainablegirdwood.com, where you can come in and talk with us through our message forums and share your ideas.
Renewable energy is our chance to evolve.
So Sustainable Girdwood is about creativity and invention. We're imagining a better future. None of what we're proposing in this video is set in stone. All of it can be changed, especially with your input. We welcome you to be critical of our ideas and say, well, this won't work because, and then propose something else that might work better. Help us refine our ideas and help us generate the community and economic support to make them real. Welcome to the dawning of a new vision for Girdwood's Glacier Valley. It's a vision of sustainability and working towards a future that the next generation can thank us for creating. We hope that you'll join us in this journey of discovery and journey of creation to make Girdwood a sustainable community.